I am Aaliyah. I am perfect. I am Ashley. I am free.
I am Melanie. I am wanted.
I am Taylor. I am bold.
I am Carisha. I am delivered.
I am Carmen. I am fearless.
I am Rebecca. I am unstoppable.
My name is Carmen Lyles, and I am 21 years old. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. The word used to describe me is fearless. When I was around 10 years old, we were playing around at a friend's house. Well, I was about 12. And we just all hung out with each other. And there was a time where there was an encounter, of course, with the opposite sex, when I was trapped into a restroom. And I felt the most fearful because, of course, guys are stronger. He was a little older than me. And at the time, I struggled with rejection really bad, especially when it came to guys. I was always the butt of the joke. And he paid a lot of attention to me, so I always played with him. He was always fun to be around and stuff. But during the time that I was trapped in the restroom, none of my friends were upstairs, so no one hurt me. And I felt the most fearful because at that moment, I felt like I basically was defenseless. I felt like I was worthless. I felt like I was worth nothing to anyone. And I expected someone to just, without me telling them, I expected someone to know what I was dealing with, to know rejection, what rejection was, and to know how I felt. And when I didn't, I kind of started looking around and noticing that no one really understood what I was going through. During that moment is when I felt the most fearful, I'm sorry. Yeah, secretly, I had multiple attempts of suicide. There was a time when I was younger, my friend stopped me, but I had a knife that I found in the kitchen. So there was that time. There was a time where I tried to take like a few aspirin like bottles or whatever, and that didn't work. I just went to sleep for a long period of time. And then most recently, as I got older, I attempted with my car to drive off the road. And all of those were, of course, me acting out due to me being fearful of everything and everyone. Yeah, oftentimes. As I stated, like, it seemed like the only person that would pay attention, or the only people that would pay attention to me, were guys. And through that, I clung to them, to where I felt like they were the only ones who understood me. They were the only ones who really cared about me because of that attention that was given. And as I gotten older, of course I realized like that was just another tactic for them to get what they wanted, or, whatever the case may be. But all of it was due to being fearful of what people would say. I knew that if I were to be in a relationship with a guy or something like that, at least people would view me as, oh, she's doing something right. To the woman that is struggling the same way that I did, I am in the stages of transitioning, and I've never felt greater than what I have now. Feeling like empowered is an amazing thing, and it's still a struggle depending on a guy or depending on someone to just tend to your emotions and attend to your feelings and someone to care about you. But I would just say, it sounds so cliche, but if you put God before everything, that's really, sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry. But that's really the key to everything. Because now that I'm older, I realize he didn't allow me to take my life for a reason. And you may think about it as you were young, it was just a little thing to act out for attention, but every time I attempted was when no one was paying attention, when no one was around. Because I didn't want that attention. I didn't want anyone to pay attention to me. I just wanted people to wake up and know that I was gone and see and think of who the person I was, or think about why didn't we pay any attention to her, So I would say it's really not worth it. It's really not worth it. You can be noticed and you can be seen and alive. It's up to you to make that difference. It's up to you to make yourself known. The only reason why people don't see you, or the only reason why people don't know who you are, is because of you. It's because of your fear. So act outside of the box of your fear. Forget what anyone would think. Forget what anyone would say. Just be who you are and be fearless. My name is Carmen, and I am fearless.
My name is Carisha Tony. I'm from San Antonio, Texas, and I'm 27 years old. The word I came up with was deliver. The time I felt trapped was actually last year. I used to dance. I was an entertainer at a strip club. I was pimped. It was deep. Just thinking about it again just brings back memories. But basically, when I was in the strip club, it was just, drinking, a lot of smoking, a lot of drugs. I just felt tempted. Every time I went to the strip club, I got on stage, I had to do a bump of coke, had to do drinking, I had to do some weed, you know what I mean? Like, it got me through the night. Because I knew, when I went home, I was giving my money to a guy. I was giving my money not for myself, but just basically I had to make this amount of money before I got home. And it made me feel so trapped because I just thought that I was never gonna get out this situation. But, God is good. And he took me out this situation. I felt belittled, I felt unpretty, I felt ashamed, I felt just like I was never gonna make it out. I thought that I was there with him forever. I thought I was gonna continue to get guns pulled out on my head. I thought that I would continue to be beaten. But it didn't happen that way. Like, God, there is a God. There is a God. And if you don't believe it, my story is, you can learn from that. Basically, my pimp, like every day, it was the same old, get up, you're gonna go to work at 11, you're gonna work from 11 a.m., and you're gonna work until 2 o'clock in the morning. If I don't have $3,000, you're gonna get your ass whipped. That was, how it was. Or I was gonna pull a gallon out of me. that's how it was. Basically, I mean, I was told to do just everything, you know what I mean? Whether if I had to talk to a guy for 3 hours and get some money, or where I had to give oral, or where I have to lay down on my actual back and have sex with somebody that I didn't want to. All the time. I had black eyes every week. Every week, and I had to put makeup on my face. My family, they didn't know because I never spoke it. I kept it all to myself because I thought that I had it all together. But in reality, I didn't. I cried every night I went home behind closed doors. I was just begging God to just deliver me. God, seriously, he told me how beautiful I was. He told me what I deserved, and he spoke into me and said that I am delivered, that I have no more, I don't have to put up with being pimped every day. I don't have to put up with not feeling pretty, because you are. And so how I was delivered was I went to church. I started going to church every Sunday. I got baptized, actually June 21st. And I did it for myself. It was the best day of my life. I would tell her to leave. It's not worth it. It's not worth being pimped. It's not worth you feeling unpretty. It's not worth you laying on your back, just risking yourself of catching diseases and having, being pregnant and just pretty much just feeling unpretty. I mean, because that's the worst thing a pimp can do, is make you feel unpretty, make you feel like you're nothing, make you feel like you're never going to amount to anything. And basically, they're the ones that's not going to amount to anything, because they're the ones that are manipulating you to do things that you think that you have to do. Well, deliverance is basically just asking God to just deliver you from all evil. And if that states, hey, if you don't want to drink anymore, if you don't want to smoke anymore, if you don't want to be pimped anymore, ask God for deliverance, and really ask him, and really just talk to him, because he will answer. He hears you. My name is Carisha, and I am delivered.
My name is Taylor Fisher. I'm 21 years old, and I'm from Columbus, Ohio. My word is bold. Honestly, I've probably felt insecure and unworthy all the way up until I joined with the IAM team. Just not being confident and not believing that what I have is or can change someone's life. What made me feel unworthy was I wasn't confident in myself. And people see me and they perceive me as, I have everything going on, like I'm always happy, like I don't have any problems. But honestly, it's so much deeper than that, because it's easy to see somebody and just because they're smiling automatically assume that nothing's ever wrong. But honestly, that is how I handle it's just how I handle, it's how I've always coped with being insecure. I always act like, everything's okay, because I don't want to come out of my shell and step out and be bold. So, it's a process. I'm working on it. My true feelings underneath the surface or my shell, like I said again, insecurities. And like I said, a lot of people, they don't understand, because even though, you hear you're beautiful, or you hear a lot of good things, if you don't feel that for yourself, you're not going to accept it, or you're not going to believe it for yourself. And ultimately, you're the one who matters most, because you're the only one who can push you to do something. How I feel about myself. I feel like I've come a long way from how I used to feel about myself. All the way up until, I started traveling and working with all the ladies in the IAM team, who I love so much. I remember one specific night, we were at a concert, or we had to dance, and this lady, she came up to me, didn't know where we were, in a whole other city, and she told me, she said, "You've been in the background for so long, and God wants you in the front." And that, it just really opened my eyes, because for the longest, like, nobody really knows, like, about me. I mean, they know me. I'm an outgoing person. I love people, love to interact with people, but nobody really knows me. Like, no one understands, because of the fact that I don't allow them to. I'm not as confident as I should be, as far as what I'm supposed to do spiritually, as well as just in general. And because I don't come from a big family name, or I don't have a big family, like a lot of people know my family, like my mom, dad, or anything like that. It's easy to be lost in the mix. Like, no one really pays attention to me. Like, no one knows my name. Like, oh, that's so-and-so's daughter. So it's easy for people to kind of like overlook me when it comes to things like that. Being a part of the IAM team it's really helped me to love myself, and the experiences that I've had with the team, it helped me to know that I am bold, and God does see me in that way. It's like the word bold itself, I believe this is what gave me the idea for the word bold, to describe me, because when you see a text of words, like in a textbook, or wherever you see a text word, when you see a bold word, you automatically see that word, like, it's bold. So initially, there's some sort of importance to that word. Like, if you have a test and they tell you to pay attention to the bold words because it's going to be on the test, you have to pay attention to that word. And with me, I feel like the reason why I chose that word is because I want to stand out, and I want to be confident in who I am. And it's like, when you pay attention to that word, and you know what that word means, and know what that word is about, by the time you have the test, you can pass the test. And I feel like that word describes me so much, because I have to be bold for other people, and they have to see me and hear my story, because it might be that one day that I decide to give up, or that I decide to let that one person have it, and they decide that this isn't what I want to do, or if she's supposed to be a Christian, then why is she doing this or that? And it's like me writing fake or wrong answers on the test, just scribbling anything, and someone could be copying me and end up failing because I didn't put the effort, or I didn't take the time to study. My name is Taylor, and I am bold.
My name is Rebecca Hairston. I'm 32 years old, and I'm from Columbus, Ohio. The vision behind IAM came from, of course, the direction of God and my life. Last year, I was approached by God himself not in the flesh. You know, we don't see God, but in my dreams, God visited me, and He revealed something to me at first in a small piece, and still I haven't seen the big picture of IAM. But last year, I was dreaming and a vision dropped, and there was this production, and all I seen was dancing. But as I seen different girls dancing, I've seen blood, I've seen tears in the most beautiful form dancing. And God said, you need to piece this together. And He said, take it